Greetings, Internet. My name is Chris. Today I'm doing, as I promised, Veteran Fungal Grotto and how to complete it. I will be showing every single boss and how to fight it. Although, keep in mind, if you're doing a speed run, as we attempted here but we didn't actually succeed in, you want to maybe skip some of the bosses, because it is possible with some of them. Let's see, yeah, it might actually only be one in here, I think. I think it's the third boss you can skip, and the rest you have to kill. In the banished cells you could skip a lot more, I think. Anyway, I'm again running with the same group as in the other two videos here. It's yeah, I mean, it's a pretty decent group. We didn't complete this in under 20 minutes, so we didn't get the achievement for it. You have to do it in under 20 minutes to get the speedrun achievement. But yeah, we didn't do that. We did do the hard mode, however, which can be a little bit tricky if you don't have a proper healer. But you'll see that on the final boss. Now, this is just basic trash mobs. As a tank, keep in mind you want to hold the focus of the guys with the shields. I'm quite sure they're also called brutes in here. But yeah, when they do a charge, stand in front of them with your shield to block it, or use crowd control, like I did here. I dropped my negate to stun the guy before he could charge. But yeah, if he hits one of your party members, it will do at least 2k damage, and in some cases that will one-shot a party member. Of course, we're all vet 12s here, so we have over 2.6k health each, I believe. My tank here is running with 3.1k at this time, I think. I think it's 3.1k. Anyway, as a DPS, make sure to kill the healers. Here, this is the first boss. The DPSs want to nuke the healers quickly, because of course they can heal the boss. As a tank, you just want to keep moving the boss around, because he's gonna drop these nasty AoEs on the floor. You will see me taking a lot of damage from these, and that's because they count as poison, and my character is a werewolf. So that's a very bad combo. Here you want to interrupt whenever it goes to feed on one of the healers you've killed, because he will regen health that way. Basically, just move him around, make sure not to stand in the AoE, make sure to get out of the way of his frontal cone attack, that spray there you just saw. I mean, it's a pretty simple boss, even in the low levels. Again, I recommend being vet 3 or vet 4 before you do this dungeon here. This is definitely the hardest of the 3 tier 1 dungeons. Again, this is just trash loop. I'm probably gonna trash mobs. I mean, I'm probably just gonna skip ahead, because this is quite a long video if I just show it raw. Whereas banished cells only took 15 minutes. This one here actually took us 23 minutes. So you saw that guy just did a charge. Thankfully, my group members knew not to stand in front of it. But yeah, as I said, I will probably skip in the footage here. Most of these ads are similar to the other dungeons, so if you need tips on those, you can watch the other videos I've done. But it's quite simple. Just make sure you kill the healers first. And the tank wants to keep the aggro of anything that can possibly fear or do heavy amounts of damage, like the brutes, for example. You can see I drop all the way in the middle here, drop down on the gate to get the most effect out of it. If you have a Dragon Knight on your group, on your team, I mean, you can have that person pull every single one of them close to you, so you can get a greater value out of your negate. And again, negate is probably one of the best group CC abilities there is in the game. So if you're a sorcerer, make sure you have it on you, especially for vet dungeons here. Okay, so we're coming up to the second boss. The second boss is the point where you really realize whether or not you'll be able to do this dungeon here, because it's a bit of a DPS check. It's a Gamin Bandu. I'm having some trouble taunting her here, you can see. So here you can see I get this sort of link between one of my group members. It's very important that you walk away from each other, or else it will explode and do tons of damage. In a moment here, she'll anchor down one of the team members I have. Actually, first she splits up into 4. You can crowd control these guys, but basically as a tank, just try to get the attention of all of them and kill them quickly. You can see my team members here, they don't actually walk away from each other. So they take a lot of damage. Okay, so this is the anchor. To release a party member from the anchor, you just have to kill one of the ads. With spawn 4 ads, you just have to kill one. Just one. Not all of them. So make sure you focus fire. This is the part that's DPS check. You can of course still survive this dungeon here if you lose a party member, but especially in lower levels it's very difficult. So you can see I get anchored again. The sword that drops down from the ceiling here, or yeah, from the sky, whatever, that will insta kill you if it hits you. I have however seen it being glitched for the longest time, where it would hit a party member but do no damage at all. You can see it happens again here. Quickly focus fire one target down. It's quite simple. You can get some really poor timing on this boss, however, because sometimes she'll anchor a group member and then this is quite laggy here, it seems. Sometimes she'll anchor a group member and split into 4, which is very tough to beat. So that's a very nice point to actually have your negate ready. So you can see here I drop down negate. Nice effect, get all 4 of them. Makes it easy for my group to pick them off. Now this is not the hardest boss in this place here, not by a long shot, but it is the boss where your group will have the most difficulty if the DPS is not up to snuff. I don't even know what that expression means, but I like to use it, so fuck it. Okay, we're coming up to some new enemies here you haven't encountered before. These are I don't remember the exact name and I can't really see it here on my footage. But yeah, these shades here, they will do AoE attacks. And they will also do a group, not a group, but they will do an AoE stun. You can break out of a stun if you hold right click and use your left click on your mouse button. But you can also be impenetrable to it if you have the immovable from the heavy armor skill tree. And that was the one you saw before. I have this sort of bubble around my body. That one you can see right there. These guys can be really annoying as well, and again, bad timing can really be a factor in this place here, because sometimes you'll fight a group and they'll stun you and one of the brutes will do a charge and just kill everyone, which is quite nasty. Alright, we're coming up to the third boss. This one you can skip, as I said in the beginning, but it's quite easy and it takes a short while to kill it. Make sure you just only focus on the boss, because if you kill the spiders, she'll get stronger. And I've seen Vet 12 groups even wipe on this one here, because they were careless and killed the spiders first. I think it's impossible to actually taunt the spiders, because she'll do an ability where she sends him after a party member. You can see we actually lost someone there. Alright, we're coming up to the third to last boss. This is quite a terrible one. It's an endurance fight, because even with very good DPSs, it takes a while to do. So Spawn of Mythala. This name will haunt you in your dreams, especially if you're a low level group, because it's a very annoying boss. You want to avoid all the AoE that drops down. Some will spawn from up top, and other will be something she initiates herself. As you might have seen in the background, there's a portal that spawns in the little cave. You want to have a DPS standing close to that. When the portal opens, it's gonna drag that person inside, and that person has to kill spiders. Now, once this person has killed all the spiders, he or she will be sent back out again, and that person should just stand by and wait for it to spawn again. It's a good idea to have that person be ranged. You can see it just pulled him in just then. Now, every time someone gets sucked into the portal, it seems like I lose aggro, or I lose taunt on the boss. Like, my taunt ability disappears. Again, as I've mentioned twice already, this dungeon is definitely one of the worst in terms of bad timing, because sometimes she'll do that AoE ability, plus the AoE that tracks along the ground will spawn at the same time. I have never actually survived that, even on wet 12, so be prepared to combat rest people here. Usually this fight will take you 5 minutes in a vet 4 group. Vet 12 group, it might take you 2 minutes. I'm not really sure how long we take on this boss. I think it's probably 4 minutes, 3 or 4 minutes. There was a myth, I'm not sure if this has actually ever been confirmed, but there was a myth about this dungeon here because, or this boss I mean, because some people were sure that if you send the same person into the portal twice in a row, the boss would become untauntable. And I think this is an after effect of the thing she does where she loses the taunt ability on her. This is not the case, however. You can send the same person in every single time. She will become untauntable for about 5 seconds. But yeah, just be quick on your taunts and it shouldn't be a problem. As a tank, you can either soak up the damage of the AoE or walk out of it. I prefer actually walking out of it, even though you saw me eating the damage at first. Okay, so this is just gonna be a series of these shades here. It's very nice to have negate here, because these guys are just a pain in the butt. I hate anything that can stun me. Alright, so you want to clear out this room of the shades before you engage the boss. I've never actually engaged the boss before killing these, but I'm assuming that you could have a really horrible time if you accidentally pulled any of these. Each group will be about 3 at a time. You can see I actually die here because it was a stun. So that's a good example of how that stun can be really terrible. Like, I think I got stunned 2 or 3 times in a row. And if you don't have immovable on you activated as a tank, you'll have to break out of it every single time, and that really drains your stamina. Okay, so make sure you clear out both sides of the room before engaging the boss. Yeah. This guy here, Regger Dark Dawn, he's a little bit annoying. He's gonna do an ability where he drains your health and your magicka, and you want to make sure you use your magicka as quickly as possible, because the more he drains from you, the stronger his AoE ability becomes, and his normal attacks. So basically, you just want to nuke him down as quickly as you can. He's not a tough boss by any means, but he can be really annoying. You can see we kill him pretty quickly here. So activate the stone here. That will engage the final boss. Now it's just a backtrack. Alright, so once you get to this bridge here, you want to jump off into the water, into this cave here, as you can see on the map. Follow this path here. It's similar to the first time you did this dungeon here. This is the way you went to get outside. And by first time I mean the normal dungeon. Normal Fungal Grotto, whatever. Yeah. Okay, so you want to hold off from engaging the boss until you made sure your entire team is here. It won't matter if they join you later, but it's just a good idea to have everyone present for this one here. So you see the bubble to my right. You usually want to do this when she holds up her staff and charges her or channels her lightning ability. But we're doing the hard mode achievement, which is not to use the bubble at all. She will, at certain times, teleport to 3 of your party members and spawn an ad wherever she teleports to. Not an ad, an AoE I mean. These AoEs will do tons of damage, and if you're inside the bubble, when using the bubble, this will basically make it unusable. Now, if you have a healer that's really good, you can go for the hard mode achievement, but if you don't, use the bubble instead. As a tank, your role is just to soak up the ranged attack she does. You can basically just pop a taunt on her and then just go to town with your damage offset. Or secondary set. This again can be a very long fight. It's more about endurance than any sort of DPS check mechanics. First time I actually completed this dungeon here, I played as DPS, and I think it took me 2.5 hours. I think I was vet 3 or vet 4, so that's an indication of how long this this dungeon here can take. I mean, we still completed it, but yeah, we got our ass kicked on the spawn of Mephala and on this one here. It does seem like they've nerfed her because the lightning attack she does is not channeled as long a duration as it was before. Because before it seemed like it was 5 or 10 seconds of straight channeling. So if you were outside the bubble, that meant you would die if you didn't get inside. So that's it. That is Veteran Fungal Grotto. I hope you enjoyed this video here. I will be moving on to the tier 2 veteran dungeons. I have yet to record them though, so I'm not sure which will be the first. Thank you for watching.